Welcome aboard Brightline, America's high-speed train with two different ways to ride. In this video, I'm traveling in Premium one way and Smart Class the other to see what actually separates the two and what each class has to offer. Which one is worth it? Let's find out, starting in Orlando, Florida. And a beautiful morning from here in Orlando, Florida. Today we're kicking things off with our first leg, heading over to Fort Lauderdale in Premium Class. Then later we're going to head back from Fort Lauderdale over to Orlando in Smart Class and see how it compares directly with Premium Class. And with that being said, I do have a train to catch, so let's head over to the Brightline station here in Orlando to see what the Premium experience is really like. For this trip, the first leg takes us from Orlando to Fort Lauderdale in Premium Class. And on the way back, we'll return to Orlando in Smart Class to see how the two experiences really compare. Just made it to the Brightline terminal here in Orlando, and next we're going to go and check in. The Brightline terminal is located right next to Terminal C here at the Orlando International Airport. And right away, the Brightline branding is hard to miss, and this is where the experience really starts to feel different. Brightline keeps baggage pretty simple, but there are a few differences depending on what class you book. Both Premium and Smart Class includes 2 complimentary carry-on bags and 1 personal item. Premium passengers also get 1 check bag included. If you're booked in Smart Class, check bags are available, but they do come with an additional fee. Since I was traveling with 2 carry-on bags, there was no need to check anything in since it's complimentary. With Premium, you also get access to a designated entrance where you can scan your boarding pass before heading through security. Premium passengers also have access to Brightline's private lounge, and entry is controlled by your boarding pass. Once inside, the lounge felt pretty spacious with plenty of room to spread out. I ended up grabbing a seat by the window, and the chairs here offer a bit more privacy, which I really liked. And as the sun started to rise, it made for a really calm start to the morning. The Premium Lounge also includes a selection of complimentary food and snacks. In the morning, there's a light breakfast spread, which is nice if you're starting the day on an empty stomach. They also have flavored water available with different flavors and a self-serve coffee station along with a fridge stocked with a variety of cold drinks, all complimentary. Check-in was pretty smooth, and it took me about 2 minutes just to get through security and into the lounge. Now, you do not need to check in with guest services unless you're planning on checking in a bag, which I am not. I am bringing the 2 carry-on bags and a book bag, which are all complimentary with Brightline. Since I booked a premium ticket, I do get complimentary access to their lounges, and I gotta say, this lounge is actually pretty nice. It's very spacious, tons of seating, and it's early morning, so you're mostly just gonna find breakfast food over here. But overall, it's a very solid lounge, so I'm really looking forward to see what the train experience is like on Brightline Premium. So this is the type of food you can expect in a Premium lounge in the early mornings. And I'll show you guys what I got here. I got a croissant, a Greek yogurt, 2 starry drinks, a cappuccino, and some fruit. I found the breakfast to be pretty filling with a solid selection of options to choose from. After leaving the Premium Lounge, just outside you'll find the Mary Bar. It's open to all the passengers, though drinks and food are not complimentary, and it was noticeably busier out here. From there, it was time to head down the escalators and board the train to Fort Lauderdale. Alright, it's time to board, and one of the nice perks of booking Premium is you get priority boarding, so let's board the train. As you enter, in the back of each coach, you'll find a designated area to store the larger bags. In Premium, the seating is arranged in a 2-1 configuration, and for this leg, I'll be in seat 6A, facing the direction of travel. Just got seated, and today we're going to be in seat 6A, and here's the view. With about 39 inches of legroom, the seat felt noticeably spacious. Up front, there's a small tray table for drinks, along with a larger tray table for meals. And overhead, you'll find plenty of space for luggage. Also, I do apologize if the video seems a bit wavy. This is very common when you're recording in trains, especially on Brightline. Due to lighting here, it creates a weird effect on the camera and gives you this wavy, weird look. But in other news, I'm really excited to see what this experience is like here in Brightline Premium. With that, it was time to leave Orlando with a scheduled travel time of about 2 hours and 50 minutes down to Fort Lauderdale. As the train took off, it was time to take a closer look at the seats. Both Premium and Smart Class feature hand-stitched seats, but here in Premium you'll find the seats to be 21 inches wide, which gives you more room. Up front there's a jacket hanger, while down below you'll find power and USB-C outlets with additional outlets next to the armrest. There's also a QR code that you can scan if you'd like to purchase additional food or drinks that aren't included.
So one thing I really like about the seat is that there's this button here next to the armrest, and if you press this button over here, it actually reclines the seat and gives you some extra recline, which I think is pretty nice.
Service began shortly after, starting with a bottle of Fiji water, a wet towel wrapped in Brightline's signature yellow packaging, and a box filled with delicious snacks.
We just left Orlando about a few minutes ago and service just started, and I'm going to show you guys what I got. So they gave everyone a bottle of Fiji water, which is my favorite. They gave us a nice hand towel in this Brightline packaging. And inside this box is a muffin. We have a blueberry yogurt, a mini kind bar with dark chocolate and almond coconut, and a cup of fruit. Not bad, I must say. I gotta say, I'm pretty impressed with the items that they gave out here so far, and I'm really curious to see what the rest of this experience will be like.
The towel was really refreshing, and I found the blueberry muffin to be surprisingly good. Just keep in mind though that the snack options can change depending on the time of day. About 30 minutes into the ride, drink service kicked off and I went with a complimentary white wine, which is included when traveling in premium class.
Drink service just started and I got some white wine and they serve it in this small little cup, and let's give it a taste. That's pretty good, I like it.
Wi-Fi is complimentary on board and it's included for both premium and smart class passengers. I found it very easy to connect and it worked well enough to stay online throughout the entire ride. We'll check out the restroom next, located at the end of the coach in the small vestibule area between the coaches, which is also a convenient spot to step away from your seat for a phone call. I'm currently at the bathroom on the premium side and I'm going to show you guys what it looks like. So this is the door where you enter the bathroom. Once you're in, you're just going to press a button to lock the door. And right here you have a big vanity mirror, a sink with a dryer. Right here you have a toilet, a baby changing station, and a big mirror over here. Next to the toilet you'll find a sensor, so you basically just wave your hand on the sensor and then it will basically flush the toilet for you. Overall, this bathroom is pretty spacious. It's actually pretty similar compared to the bathroom that we're going to be seeing on the Smart Class on our way back to Orlando. Also, I do warn you guys, if you are coming to a bathroom, it is very, very shaky. And that's because this bathroom is located between Coach 1 and Coach 2 of the train. So you're definitely going to feel a lot of movement here. After settling back into my seat, there was another round of drink service. I went with a couple of Fiji waters and a Pepsi, while my wife chose a cup of hot coffee. Overall, I found Brightline's premium class to be a really enjoyable experience. Our first stop along the way was West Palm Beach. From there, we continued south with a stop in Boca Raton. After that, we arrived at my end stop in Fort Lauderdale.
First leg is complete and I'll see you in the next one in Smart Class. And just like that, it's time for our next leg to Orlando in Smart Class. Let's get checked in.
For the return trip, we're heading from Fort Lauderdale back to Orlando in Smart Class with a scheduled travel time of about 2 hours and 15 minutes. Since I didn't have any bags to check in on this leg, I was able to skip check-in and head straight through security. Once through security, we'll pass the Mary Mary bar with the premium lounge just off to the right. Since we're traveling Smart Class this time, there's no lounge access, but there is a general seating area with power outlets available.
Now, whether you're in Smart Class or Premium Class, you're able to bring 2 carry-on bags complimentary. Just keep in mind that they cannot exceed 24 inches, otherwise they'll need to be checked in. Now, if you do have to check in a bag, just keep in mind that it's not complimentary with Smart Class. You will have to pay for a fee, unlike Premium Class where it's included with your fare. But yeah, this is pretty much the Smart Class waiting area. It's not really a lounge as it doesn't really offer anything. It's just a waiting area. So we have about an hour left until boarding.
With about an hour to go before boarding, I decided to check out the Mary Mary bar, which offers a selection of drinks, pastries, and sandwiches for purchase. Since it was still early in the morning, my wife and I both went with a cup of coffee. Right next to the Mary Mary bar is a market shop where you'll find additional snacks and drinks available for purchase. There are also more seating areas nearby that are available while waiting to board. It was time to board, and the first thing you'll notice in Smart Class is a 2-2 seat configuration, and for this leg I'll be seating in seat 3A.
Just got seated and today we're going to be in seat number 3A, facing the direction of travel, and let's take a look.
The legroom here in Smart Class feels pretty similar to what you get in Premium, with plenty of space to stretch out during the ride. You'll still find a small tray table up front for drinks, along with a larger tray table that works well for food and snacks. The seats themselves are a bit slimmer compared to Premium, and they do have a slightly different look and feel overall. Each seat also comes with a hook for hanging a jacket. The seat also reclines a few inches using a button located next to the armrest, and power outlets are available at every seat. And just like in Premium, there's overhead storage available for your luggage.
First impression so far of Smart Class is that it's not that bad. The seat here is 19 inches compared to the 21 inches that you would get in Premium Class. If you compare it to a plane, for example, the legroom here in Smart Class is pretty equivalent to what you would get on a domestic first class flight here in the United States.
Just like in Premium, the restroom can be found at the end of each coach. Taking a look inside, the layout itself doesn't really change compared to Premium, but it's clean and well maintained. Just keep in mind that it can feel a bit bumpy while the train is moving. In Smart Class, snack and drink service isn't complimentary. Instead, you can make purchases by scanning the QR code between the seats. In the seatbelt pocket, you also find the full food and drink menu. Options include snack boxes, individual snacks and drinks, along with onboard extras like charging cables or over-the-counter medications. Wi-Fi is also complimentary in Smart Class, which is a big plus. Along the way, we made quick stops in Boca Raton and West Palm Beach, picking up and dropping off passengers before continuing on to Orlando on this beautiful day.
As we begin to wrap up Brightline Premium Class versus Smart Class, the question is, which one should you pick? If you're after the most comfort, value-added perks, and a relaxed travel experience, Premium is absolutely worth it. Especially if the price difference isn't that huge for the date that you want. But if you just want a solid, affordable ride with leather seats, free Wi-Fi, and power outlets, and you don't care much about the extras, Smart Class gives you everything you need from getting to point A to point B without breaking the bank. Premium is a deal if you want to treat yourself, travel in style, or make the journey part of your experience. But if you ask me, Smart Class hits a sweet spot for most travelers.
Between Premium and Smart Class, the price difference came out to about $50. After seeing both experiences, which one would you go with? Let me know in the comments below.
And that should conclude the video of Brightline's Premium Class versus Smart Class. If you guys found this video helpful, useful, or enjoyable, go ahead and hit like, subscribe. I really appreciate it and help it channel out. Until next time, see you in the next video.